accounts have been debited. They're just taking money out of people's accounts as part of their utility bill. Oh, Trump cut off all that money. That's been helping pay your utility bill, Alabama. And so now we're going to start taking all that money back. And by the way, you owe. You owe. You have to pay money more than you have been, not only for your additional bills. You have to pay back what Trump is no longer allowing to be spent. And that, Alabama utility customers finding, hundreds of dollars taken out of their account in the middle of winter, right? I mean, I guess it's a small story in the grand scheme of things, given what's going on in our whole country. But for people in Alabama, that's a real and immediate and hugely expensive thing that is very obviously Donald Trump's fault.
Alabama is taking a big hit. Now, this is coming out of Huntsville, Alabama. They are going to be paying an additional $100 on their utility bills. Not only are they going to be paying that additional $100, but they received letters, or the most of them did, saying this is because of Dumpy Pants. Because things that was put in place to make your utility bills lower has been abolished. And they want them to understand this is because of you, because of what you done. This is the outcome. Don't blame us. Now, of course, this is not just going to affect Alabama. This is going to affect everyone who may have those lower utility bills due to things that was put aside from the federal government. So I'm sure we're all going to suffer, but they will be the reason. Not just Alabama, but everyone who went that way and decided that was the color. Instead of looking at facts of what was really going on, their favorite color was picked. That's what it boils down to. So there's that.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Rose M React here. In today's video, we look at how Trump's policies on your utility bill is affecting the Alabama state. Imagine waking up one day and finding out that your utility bill is up with $100. Before we get to the story, let me play a few videos on the same issue and I'll be back with my commentary. Kindly consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any trending topics.
Some Huntsville Utilities customers have been notified that their accounts have been debited, all due to one of President Trump's executive orders. Huntsville Utilities tells Fox 54 that some customers who receive grant money from the federal government through local community action agencies now need to pay that money back. This is a direct result of President Trump's executive order to rescind federal funding. And although a federal judge did block this order last month, today, that judge found the Trump administration did not fully follow his order.
I just got my utility bill. I'm so scared. Those of you living in North Alabama know this fear. Apparently TVA is charging Huntsville Utilities more for whatever, and then it's 100 million degrees of hell. I'm so scared. It goes nothing. $753. And guys, it's all electric. For those of you that don't know, Huntsville Utilities, everything's on here. Water, sprinkler, gas, electric, sewer, trash, taxes, whatever, okay? Nothing else is extraordinary except electric at 606. We have changed nothing from last month, nor from last summer. That we do when it's hot.
Alabama State has long been a stronghold for Donald Trump. In the 2024 election, a majority of the voters in the state supported him, believing that his policies would improve their lives. However, many of the same voters are now facing financial hardships as a result of his recent executive orders. One major impact has been on the utility bills, with electricity rising due to the removal of subsidies that once helped lower-income households. For years, Alabama has been a deeply conservative state, with the majority of residents backing Republican candidates. Trump's campaign promises to boost the economy, lower energy costs, and put American first resonated with many working class and low voters. Many believed that Trump's policies would reduce government spending while also creating jobs in the energy sector. But his latest executive orders is causing financial stress for some of the very people who voted for him. Instead of seeing relief, the Alabamans are now struggling to afford their rising electricity bill. Electricity costs have been increasing in recent years, but Trump's recent actions has made the situation worse for the Alabama residents. His executive orders to stop federal funding for energy assistance programs that were originally meant to help low-income households pay their utility bill came as a shock. The decision led to a direct increase in cost for thousands of Alabama residents. Many people rely on government assistance programs to afford their power bills, especially during extreme weather conditions. With this funding now gone, families are left to cover the full cost themselves, pushing many of them into financial distress. Before Trump's executive order, a federal subsidy program provided a small but meaningful relief to struggling households. Eligible residents received a $100 grant that was applied to their power bills, making a noticeable difference, especially for those living paycheck to paycheck. However, Trump's decision to cut these funds meant that these subsidies disappeared overnight. For many Alabamans, this was unexpected and a devastating blow. The subsidy program was designed to ease the burden of high utility costs, especially during seasons like summer and winter, when heating and cooling are necessary. Now, without this financial help, the people are forced to make difficult decisions about how to allocate their limited incomes. With the removal of the federal assistance program, many households are seeing an immediate increase of $100 or more in their monthly utility bills. For some, this may not seem like a large amount, but for low-income families, every dollar counts. The hardest hit group in this situation is Alabama's low-income population. These individuals and families were already living on tight budgets before the past subsidy cuts. Now, they are facing even greater financial instability. Some residents have reported to having to turn off their heating and air conditioning to conserve electricity, even during extreme temperatures. For the elderly, individuals and those with health conditions, this lack of electricity can be dangerous, especially during hot Alabama summers or freezing winters. The backlash against this policy change has been swift. Many Alabamans who once supported Trump are now questioning their decisions. They feel betrayed by a leader who promised to make life easier for them, but instead made it more difficult. After significant public outrage and media coverage, Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs stepped in and announced that funding would be restored for the affected households. This was a relief for many, but it also raised questions about why the cuts were made in the first place and whether similar policies could be enacted again in the future. The situation serves as a powerful lesson about the real-world impact of political decisions. Many voters in Alabama supported Trump because they believed his policies would benefit them. However, this incident has shown that government actions can sometimes have consequences, especially for those who are already struggling financially. It's essential for voters to stay informed about policies that directly affect their daily lives. Understanding the consequences of government decisions can help people make more informed choices during elections and hold leaders accountable for their actions. The recent rise in utility bills in Alabama is a direct result of Trump's executive orders removing federal subsidies for low-income households. While the supporters believed his policies would lower costs, the reality has been quite the opposite. The loss of the $100 subsidy has placed an additional financial burden on thousands of families, forcing them to make tough choices just to keep the lights on. Although the funding was eventually restored, the situation highlights the importance of paying attention to policies, change and understanding how they affect everyday people. As Alabama voters reflect on the impact of this decision, many may consider their political choices in the future. For now, though thousands of families are left struggling to recover from the unexpected financial strains caused by Trump's action. What is your take on the whole issue? Do you think that Alabama have learned a lesson from this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's it for today's video. If you find this information helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.